everybody. I have been, let's see, this is my 19th day sheltering in place. And so nearly, wait, is this 19 or 20? Today's the 20th day. I've been like marking off like a prison cell. This is the 20th day. Yeah, it's almost 3 weeks of going out almost never, and it was starting to kind of get to me today. I spent a lot of time staring off into space, feeling very unmotivated today to do anything. But I actually, I've been writing this list. I started this on day 6 because I was feeling like all the days were running together. And so I've been writing this list. So there's my day 6 through 12. And here's day 13 through so far today. And this is all the things that I've accomplished each day. I'm just not keeping a journal of each day, but I'm just jotting down what I feel like I accomplished each day. Not that I necessarily need to accomplish anything, but otherwise it's like, where did my day go? Did I just spend it all scrolling through Facebook and, God help me, Twitter, and watching YouTube randomness all day? So I've been making little notes, not of everything I do, but of things that I feel like I accomplished. So I've been jotting them all down on my little list here. So I think it shows up backwards on the YouTube video. For whatever reason, the film format flips the screen. So you probably can't, unless you're good at reading backwards, you probably can't read it. But you can see yesterday I did groceries, bank mail, etc., and laundry. Whoa, so exciting! And today I did 2 different school things, and I interviewed someone for my podcast, and I just posted a video on my Detour for Donuts YouTube channel. I decided that after a 5-month hiatus from posting food videos on there, I was busy with so many other things, and it was not really high priority, so I took a little break from it. But I got back to it today. My Detour for Donuts YouTube channel, you can just type in Detour for Donuts in the search bar, and my channel for that will come up. It's different food reviews of places that I've been to eat, like bakeries and breweries and ice cream places and this and that, as I've traveled, and also last winter from places in town here. And so anyway, I haven't been posting on there recently, but I decided that I would start doing shelter-in-place food videos for a series that I'm now calling Snack Time. And don't worry, that's about the extent of my singing. So this first video I did isomaki, which, yes, this is an empty bag. I finished eating it after filming the video. But isomaki is the first video, and it's a snack cracker from Japan. So if you are interested in all things food, then check that out. I just posted a link on my Facebook pages, so you can look for that there. What was I gonna say? So I have a lot of ideas for my snack time videos, so I will probably be filming and posting quite a few of those over the next couple weeks. yeah, so that is up. Check it out. It's like maybe a 5-minute video. Yeah, I don't have it on my other screen in front of me. Around 5 is short. It's like super short. So check it out. And if you enjoy that, there's also a lot of food videos from back in the day when I could actually go places. So long ago. 3 weeks. Okay, so let's see. So that was the full extent of my excitement today. I did a podcast interview with local Zumba expert Mary, who is my fitness instructor at Zumba class. And so I will be featuring that on my podcast, on my Have Horse Will Travel podcast in a few weeks. I haven't decided exactly where she's fitting in the schedule yet, but I did a nice interview with her today. So that will be fun for you guys to hear eventually. And the other thing that I forgot about, because I haven't accomplished it, to put it on my notes here. So I can throw out that wrapper. Okay, is I've been learning about the arts and crafts project, paper art, paper craft, whatever. Different people call it different things. Anyway, playing with paper, fun and easy thing you can do at home that's called quilling. And it has nothing to do with a feather quill writing instrument, which you might think of. Rather, it has to do with just paper and a little bit of glue. So you take hang on, I'm coming back. You take a strip of, usually you do it with a really thin strip of paper, like definitely not that wide, but you take a strip of paper that's thin, like that, and you take a toothpick or something really narrow, and you curl up the paper around the thin thing, and it makes a spiral. That's a bad example. It's not supposed to be that blocky. It makes a spiral. That's a better example. I'm learning. You makes a spiral, and the real tight spiral, and then when you pull it off of the toothpick, then it loosens up a little like this so you can see through it. And so you get this spiral, and then you just put a little dab of glue on the edge there to hold it in place. And then you can do different things to this spiral. Hi, Joy. And so you can make different geometric shapes based on this spiral. Then you can smush it so it's more of an oval instead of round. You can pinch it so it looks kind of like a funky eyeball. You can do all sorts of other interesting things with it. And then you take all of these spirals together and eventually attach them all together in different arrangements with the different squished or not squished pieces and make elaborate spiral artwork. Quilled, as they call it. Quilled artwork out of it. And you can do it with different color papers. I just happen to have a lot of these strips left over from another thing. And normally you would do it, like I said, a more thin paper and curl it up and make little delicate art. But these were left over, and I thought, what the heck, I'll make like giant quilled something. I haven't decided what yet. But I'm just curling paper and gluing the edge until I have a whole bunch of pieces, and then I'll figure out what the heck I'm doing with it. So that's what I've been playing with. Kind of a boring sort of thing to do. So, you're just curling the paper, putting a little glue on it. But it's a good thing to do, like, I don't know, if you're binge watching something and want to do something with your hands, or if you're listening to a podcast, or, you know, listening to music or something and feeling restless, you can just curl paper and glue it, and then you have quilled paper, and then you can make little arts and crafts out of it. So right now I've got that many. Not very many done yet. I did 7 and then got distracted. I've been really distracted today. I just can't focus on anything. It took me like 3 hours to finish a 10-minute school assignment. So, yeah. Oh, did you notice my basket? I made the basket too. It's a pine needle. I made this a few years ago. It's made with pine needles that are woven together with artificial sinew. So, isn't that cool? That's my little holder for my quilled paper. So, I've been crafting a little. I was working on my knitting. My scarf is exactly the same length as when I showed it to you last, because I was worried that it was the wrong kind of yarn, that it wouldn't look good. And so I did a little sample piece and tied it off and made like a scarf that was about that long, just to see what it would look like. And it looks really cool. So I am going to continue it. And so I started over and got it back to where I was before I panicked and decided I needed to test it out. So, but at least now I can proceed with confidence. And so that's good. Yeah, that's about it. I've been working on jigsaw puzzles a little bit today, like in my many distracted moments of running around here or there. Made coffee today for the first time in 3 weeks. Wonder if that has anything to do with my highly distracted zodding around here and there. Could be. So, yeah, I can't even focus. Maybe no more caffeine for me. Puzzles, yes. So, my Dad and I went through our puzzle closet today. We were looking through to see what we have, what we haven't done in a long time. Found one we've never done. It hasn't ever been opened. Brand new. Well, it looks old. Like, the box is not shiny new, but it's never been, the seal's never been broken. So, new for us. Puzzle that we've never done before, so now we're gonna get started on that one. Also found a mysterious puzzle that was in a Ziploc bag, had no picture. So that's what we've been working on, is this random puzzle, trying to figure out what it was. And really big pieces, and not very many of them, so it's like 3/4 done already. Just to find out what it was. Turns out it was a custom puzzle that is a picture of my grandmother. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise. We got just a little bit into it, and it had a little corner. It was a kind of a profile picture, so it had a little, like, just her nose and sunglasses. And I looked at it, I was like, that's my grandma. And my dad looked at me, he goes, you got quite an imagination there. I just see your grandma out of that. But I was right. So it's almost done. That was kind of a fun little, what is this? And testing it out. And the other thing I'm working on is, I mentioned the other day, I've decided to kind of redecorate my room. Not a lot, not like going total crazy redecorating, just little bit of change here or there of some things that were not really how I wanted them anymore. So you can see in the background there, I've got, there's my finger, pictures on the wall back there. So I'm going to take down the pictures. I might leave those up, I haven't decided. I'm going to take down this wall of pictures here, and where these pictures are here, I'm going to redo the whole thing with all of my hats. And all the hats I've been wearing for the past however long I've been doing these videos have just been stuck away in my closet or stuffed in a drawer, and that's sad. So I'm going to make a hat display on my wall instead of a picture display, and I think it'll be cute. I picked up a bunch of what do you call them? Hooks, like stick-on hooks that you can put on the wall without damaging the paint. And so I'm gonna do that eventually, although with me zotting all over this way and that, I haven't been focused enough to actually like do it. But I've been doing other little things in my room that like that'll be the last big project. In the meantime, I'm straightening things and putting some things away that probably should have been put away a long time ago, and kind of reorganizing my bookshelf and stuff. So, you know, I'm to that level of being in this room so much of the day. Deborah says, wow, glad you didn't toss that puzzle. Yeah, me too. So, I think we're going to put a good label in it this time. So in a couple years from now, when we pull it back out of the closet, nobody throws it away. So, yeah. Yesterday I talked for an hour. Today it's been 15 minutes and I have like 0 left to tell you. So, oh, did I mention I found flour? Yesterday I was griping about not being able to find flour. Pretty sure I figured this out after the video yesterday. So if you watched yesterday and I did say it, I'm repeating myself, apologies. I know I mentioned yesterday that I found that you can, at least here, you can get some cleaning supplies at the hardware store. That they're pretty much sold out at the grocery store, but they do have some at the hardware store, which I hadn't thought of. I just happened to find some when I was shopping for hooks for the hats. But the flour situation at the grocery store, it has been unavailable for 3 to 4 weeks. And I ran out when I made the chocolate babka the other day. And so I found out that several of the restaurants in my area are now selling not just ready-to-eat food to go, but also they're selling raw ingredients by the pound or by the unit, whatever. And so you can get some of these things that are not really available in the stores right now. You can get them from the restaurants, which is really cool. Like, not only is it a great way for the restaurants to get a little bit more cash flow in these hard times when people aren't really eating out like they used to, and it's good for the community too, because a lot of people are having trouble finding things like flour and sugar and eggs. And so if you are having trouble finding some ingredients like that, or pasta, I saw listed on one of their web pages of things they're offering. If you are out of pasta and can't get any at the store, or flour or sugar or whatever it is, check with some of your area local restaurants that are still offering curbside pickup or takeout and see if they are selling by the pound. So I haven't gone and gotten any yet. Thinking I'll do that tomorrow. I didn't really want to put on shoes today and, you know, finish changing out of my pajamas. So, tomorrow I have to run out and get another errand done that I wasn't able to do yesterday. And so as long as I'm out, I think I will go and see if I can get some flour from one of the restaurants. So that's really exciting. And a great idea for if any of you are stuck about groceries. So there you go. I also, in my lack of focus, I have this huge list. I've showed you before, but if you've not seen it, if you missed those videos, I have this list of things that I can work on whenever I'm just sitting here going, I don't know what to do with myself now. I have a list, but I wasn't really interested in doing anything on it. So I went through my food that I bought for, you know, on the non-perishable shelf, and also some leftover odds and ends ingredients that are non-perishable that I have left over from past cooking projects, and was trying to figure out what all I can make without needing to buy more things from the store, or what I can make that I only need one or two little things from the store, so that I can just focus on cooking what I have here instead of feeling like, you know, bored with what I didn't realize I could make or whatever. So turns out I have a bunch of corn husks and masa, corn flour, left over from making tamales last winter. And I don't have anything to put in the filling, but now I know when I go to the grocery store next week, I'm going to get stuff to make tamales, because tamales are awesome and they're kind of time consuming. They're not hard, they just take a while. And so I make huge batches at once because, you know, if I'm going to be taking the time to make a dozen, I'm going to make 4 dozen. So I'm going to make tamales, and so I just need to go get whatever I'm going to put in the middle of them. I'll probably end up making the vegetarian chili cheese ones again because that's my favorite, but my dad really likes pork tamales, so maybe I'll be nice and make him some pork tamales. Haven't decided yet. That also assumes I can find shredded pork, but, you know, I think so. Wanda says hi. Hi, Wanda. So anyway, I love making lists, as I've mentioned before. So I now have a list of food that I can cook without buying ingredients, or that I can focus on to just get a couple items at the store when I go next week for my family. So that's cool. There's actually quite a few things on there I can make. So there will be more cooking adventures coming up. And let's see. I think that might be everything that I have to talk to you about. So unless anyone wants to throw anything out there, I am going to be recording my my podcast that's coming out this Sunday, I haven't actually recorded it yet. I usually work several weeks ahead, but this one I didn't for whatever reason. So I am going to be doing the episode that features frequently asked questions, or other questions from people such as yourselves. So if you have any questions about my ride, or about Apollo, or about me, or whatever, and you would like to ask them, then drop a comment and I will give you a quick answer in the comments, and then I will also do a better answer on the podcast, and it will be available on Sunday. So I will be recording that probably not today. Honestly, it might be tonight. It'll probably be tomorrow. So if you have any questions, drop a comment. If you see this video or think of a question after I've recorded it, I will be doing this again, this type of episode with the questions in the future. I don't really have my schedule in front of me to tell you when, but I will be doing this again. So if I miss your question this time, then I will put it on the schedule to answer in a future episode. So don't let that deadline dissuade you from writing a comment. And it can be about anything. It can be, whatever. If I don't feel like answering it, I won't. But I'll answer pretty much anything. So, ask away. Deborah, I have no idea what that means. Sorry. I'm suspecting that was a typo, or maybe it's like an abbreviation I just don't understand because I'm not that cool. So if you'd like to clarify. That was an abbreviation I didn't understand. She wrote HAGD, and apparently I'm not cool enough to know what HAGD is. It's have a good day. Thank you. Have a good day too. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I have to help my mom get her Zoom account set up so that she can do a Zoom meeting with her siblings that live far away, and so they're going to have a little reunion tonight. I'm sure that will be fun. And found out today that you can change your background in a Zoom meeting to any sort of still picture that you want, pretty much. And so she wants to be in Star Wars. So I have found her a couple pictures to choose from, and I have to get her account set up so that she will be all ready with her Star Wars theme setting for her video. And that makes me chuckle. So gotta go help her set that up. And so I am going to sign off. So I will be back tomorrow at 4. That's 4 o'clock Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And so I will see you then. Bye. HAGD.